Hello everyone, Paradox here. Welcome to your masterclass and survival guide in Die of Death. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Hope this guide helps you. First, we're going to start off with Cloak. Cloak is an ability that makes you invisible upon use after a couple of seconds window. It will do it over time, but you'll become fully invisible eventually. You'll also get fatigue whilst you have used the ability, which basically means your stamina will drain much faster, and it'll also make it so that you can't regain stamina in that period. However, it should be noted that if you are hit whilst you are cloaked, you will instantly become visible and have all the end lag that you usually would. So try not to get hit. So how do you use this ability actually? Okay, so how I personally use it, I use it and I run to an enclosed area far-ish away from the killer, because whenever you uncloak, you have a lot of end lag where you cannot move at all, and you make a really loud sound to indicate, hey, I've uncloaked, I'm over here, which is really annoying. So what I like to do, I like to just run the opposite direction. The killer usually expects you to be pretty much in front of you, so as long as you're not in front of the killer, then you should be fine. Also, if you exit chase team radius before you uncloak, then you'll get 10 points for free, just like that. Pretty easy, honestly. So what would I rank these abilities exactly? Well, introducing the tier list. I have edited a tier list for all of the survivalist abilities, and I will be ranking each one at the end of each section. Anyways, for Cloak, I've ranked it at mediocre. It's not good, but it's definitely not bad. It has its uses, but it's just not that useful in my opinion. Dash and Adrenaline, the first group of the video. I've grouped up a couple of abilities just because I recorded them together. This is just to kind of avoid confusion, this not the grouping up. Okay, yeah. The Adrenaline ability gives you a speed boost, a big speed boost by the way, for about 6 seconds, and it also gives you end lag on end. You also get highlights of every other survivor for 10 seconds after using it. You also get fatigue after the end lag. Dash is an ability which drains 35 stamina upon use, and it's, well, a dash. I mean, what else would it be? Surprisingly, this ability can also be used when under 35 stamina, which is pretty helpful if you're low on stamina and you're in chase, and if the killer's also low on stamina, they're not going to be able to catch you. However, it should also be mentioned that Adrenaline locks all your other abilities upon use. Now, how do you use these abilities exactly? So, for Adrenaline, what I like to do is I like to use it and then I like to run behind a wall. Also, with Adrenaline, if you get out of chasing radius before you receive your end lag, then you will get 10 free points. Pretty good money grinding strategy in my opinion. Anyways, Dash, you have no way to earn points with this ability, just use it when under 35 stamina. If the killer's also low, if they're not low, it's not going to do much, so I wouldn't use it there, because you're just zeroing yourself out for no gain. So, for the tier list, I've ranked Adrenaline above Cloak in good, and Dash above everything else so far at amazing. Now, the only reason why I didn't put Adrenaline at mediocre or even below is because of its potential in LMS. If you use it on the last 6 seconds, you've basically just won if you have good enough stamina. Because the killer, you go faster than the killer whenever you have the Adrenaline active, so it's pretty good in the end of LMS. Dash is just good, it's just a good dash. You can easily get yourself out of a pickle pretty quickly with it, and you can use it for the same usage in LMS. My personal favourite survivalist ability, Block. Block is an ability which is, well, a block. You're not invincible for the whole animation, which kind of makes sense because that would be pretty OP. You heal 10 health upon landing your block, and you also get a speed boost. However, missing will result in heavy end lag, which means you can't move if you forgot somehow. Anyways, you can also block status effects, which is pretty handy, as seen in the clip here. Despite this ability being my favourite survivalist ability, it's not that good of an ability because, well, it's a block ability. because there's no wind-up in Die of Death, you have to kind of predict or hitbox strength, which is a lot harder in Die of Death as there is no wind-up, or pretty much any indicator. And once you're using the block, you don't get a hitbox increase, so it's not easier to hit, like in Forsaken, for example. Due to this, I have placed block in Amazing, because it really is pretty good if you hit the block, but below dash, as dash is just better, but I just don't like dash, and block is cool. It also should be noted that because attacks pierce in Die of Death, you can't really body block with block, so if you get mad at a block not helping, you kind of can't. Guys, it's Scout Team Fortress 2 from the hit game Team Fortress 2! Taunt is an ability that has a glowing hitbox. Don't ask why it's blocking the clip. And as I was saying before my stutter, it has a growing hitbox, which whenever you hit someone or something in that hitbox, 9 of these little guys, I don't know, will appear on the killer screen, disorientating them and also slowing them down. It will also, it'll give you invincibility after you hit it, but if you miss, you embarrass yourself to everyone. Your entire family, they're embarrassed to you. All your fellow survivors embarrassed to you. Your friends embarrassed. They're embarrassed to know you. They're embarrassed to be near you. But if you hit it, good job. Now, how would you use this ability? This ability, you would probably, how I would use it. I run up to the killer whenever end lag or whenever they're stunned, and I just use on them. They can't do anything about it. For example, whenever Killjoy is deploying a killbot, whenever they're about to summon it, you can taunt them. I can just stand there and tank it because you have the invincibility. You won't take any damage if you time it correctly. Now, you can taunt walls and music boxes from Artful, so those may get in the way, so just be wary of that. I don't know if you can directly taunt computers from Badware or killbots, but I wouldn't be surprised if you could, because you can taunt walls and music boxes from Artful. Now, I rank Taunt at peak, probably the only ability to be at peak, because the next ability is not very good. Spoiler alert! Anyway, I just find Taunt incredibly fun to use. It's always fun to just run up to the killer and just taunt them. Because what else would you do with Taunt? So, just be wary. I'm not sure, but this ability might generate the most noise other than maybe a revolver or adrenaline to Harken. I'm not sure about that, so yeah. Also, just saying, Taunt will be reworked in the next update to be a lot more like Block. Watch the update come out tomorrow and this guide already be outdated. I didn't have the icon for Hotdog downloaded, I couldn't be bothered downloading it. Hotdog is definitely more of a joke ability than an actual ability, because for one thing, you get fatter when you eat it. So, each hot dog you eat reduces your max stamina by 5 and increases your max health by 5, whilst healing you for 15 health. That's basically all it does. You also get bigger whilst you're eating it, so you can get really fat. It's really funny actually. Now then, how would I use Hotdog? I wouldn't. But if you really have to use Hotdog, there's no harm in picking it. You only really need to use it if you ever get hit. Which besides, every attack does at least like 15 damage. So, and also that 15 damage doesn't account for the max health. So if you eat the Hotdog and you're missing 15 health, you'll still be missing 5 health, so it's basically only a 10 health heal. And besides, you lose stamina, which is arguably more important than health. Like if you have, let's say, 500 stamina, you'd be practically unkillable, compared to if you had 500 health and no stamina. Hotdog is probably the worst ability in the game. Sure, you can move whilst using it on like let's say bonus pad, or you can move during caretaker, but still, it's just not that good of an ability. Its upsides are pretty, really brought down by its downsides. Like, I'd rather more stamina than health, you know? So it's not really that good. I don't have a proper intro, so just take this picture of Jason Voorhees as I yap over it. Anyways, thank you for watching this survival guide in Die of Death. I hope this guide has helped you, and if you're a pro watching this for whatever reason, leave something in the comments I might have missed, or how you would use the abilities if you want. You don't have to, but you know, just thought it'd be cool to add. Alright, well, I'm rambling on. Have a nice day.